just a little fun fact for you, I was actually almost cast in this movie as young Newt Scamander. Do you think I had the look? I don't know. But yeah, I was almost cast in this movie. So Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald is directed by David Yates and stars the incredible cast from the first movie and continues the adventures of these misfit characters as we see them trying to track down Grindelwald, played by Johnny Depp, who is looking for a mysterious magician who goes by the name of Credence from the first movie in order to get his power and help him alongside his way to become even more powerful. Now, up top, I am not a Harry Potter fan at all. It's not something I grew up with like most people my age did. It's never really been my thing. However, I went into the first movie with very low expectations, and I actually ended up quite enjoying the first Fantastic Beasts movie. So with that being said, and also given the fact that the trailers for this movie actually impressed me quite a bit, I was very much excited about Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. However, over the past sort of 72 hours, we've been getting the reviews for this movie, and they have really put me off, and I went into this film with really low expectations, and I still left incredibly disappointed. Now, this review is going to be very, very negative, so I'm going to start off with the one positive I have, which is the performances, on the whole, are very good. You know, I think Eddie Redmayne, who is an incredible actor, he's great as Newt Scamander, and then you have Jude Law as the young Dumbledore, who he's not in the movie a lot, but when he's there, he's good. I think Zoe Kravitz is another standout. She was great in this film. And all the others as well, like Katherine Waterstone. She's also not in the movie that much, but she's great where she is there. Dan Fogler is great. I think, you know, the entire cast overall, except for Johnny Depp, who I think was incredibly miscast, I think that the whole cast, for the most part, do an incredibly good job with their roles. So I was very pleased to see that and see this cast that I liked from the first movie still do a good job here. However, this movie is so boring. It's just a menagerie of stuff just happening with no real stakes or no real context to it. It's just so boring, it's dull, it's lifeless, and I just found it to be so, just killing me on the inside watching this movie, especially with a 2 hour and 15 minute runtime. I was like, this is just a drag, and it felt long. It was a long movie, it felt long, and that's never what you want. And I think that this film just had nothing beneath the surface. It was so vanilla, and I was just so bored out of my mind throughout this entire film. Also, this film is so poorly written. I don't know what the story is. I honestly do not know what the story is of this film overall. If you thought my intro was bad, that's why. I don't actually know what to say to you about what the story of this movie is. I mean, I know the basic kind of outline, that you've got Grindelwald going after Credence and you have our main characters trying to stop it, but I don't know what the whole plan is. I don't know why he's doing that, or what does he need Credence for? It's so poorly written out the wazoo. I don't even know what was going on in this movie. And most of the time, I just didn't even know what was happening. I was watching stuff happen. I was watching all these VFX going on, not having a clue what was actually happening in this movie. I don't know. The plot made absolutely no sense in this movie. Like I say, it's just so hard to explain. I don't know not only do I not know what the story is, but even throughout the entire runtime of the film, I don't know a single thing that happened. I don't understand a single thing that happened in this film. Also, I don't know what the rules are, because this film obviously focuses on magic. Obviously, this is a magical world, and you have all these different magic powers, but surely there should be logic to it, but it doesn't. Magic can just do anything. Like, there's literally this blue flames that turn into a dragon. Like, how does that happen? There's no explanation to it. There's no logic to it. It's literally magic can do whatever. So whatever problem you have, it can be solved with magic with no trepidation whatsoever. And I just think that is incredibly lazy. Never in my life have I been so close to walking out of a movie. I swear to God, I was so close to walking out of this film on multiple different occasions. My dad, who saw the movie with me, was fast asleep throughout the entire thing. I was so close to just nudging him and saying, let's go, because I was like, this movie has nothing for me. I might as well be watching this in a different language, because I'm just not understanding any of it, and I'm not enjoying it. I don't care about the ending. I just don't really want to see it. But in the end, I did sit through it, I stuck it out, I did watch the entire movie, and I don't feel any more rewarded for it. Now, like I said at the start of the video, I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so I don't know how this film is going to take to Harry Potter fans. From what I can gather online and on Twitter, it seems like most people are enjoying this film who are Harry Potter fans. However, it seems like people who are not, or who are not huge Harry Potter fans, are saying this movie's pretty terrible. And I have to say, speaking from a critic standpoint, I think that this film is pretty poorly made. Even the 3D effects, I watched this movie in IMAX 3D, and the IMAX, I was really impressed with the IMAX in the first film, I'll just say that. It was terrible. I really didn't like it at all. I thought it was just a really overdone 3D. It's really out there, just to oh look, it's in your face like this. And I'm just like, just back off. I don't need that. And I think that this entire film is like that. So again, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you may like this movie. You may even love this movie. But for me personally, who was a non-Harry Potter fan and just went into this as a movie, I thought it was terrible. Overall, I hated this movie, and I hate to use that phrase. I know I don't like to use that word. I don't like to be negative in these videos. I don't like to be, the guy who criticizes everything, every kind of aspect of the movie. But for me personally, I cannot defend this film. And again, this is speaking from a non-Harry Potter fan perspective. I just thought the movie was poorly written. It was boring. It was dull. It was lifeless. There was nothing beneath the surface of this film, despite the performances, which for the most part were really, really good. This movie did absolutely nothing for me. And I know a lot of people will probably say, oh, well, you're not a Harry Potter fan, so you didn't understand a lot of it because you don't know the lore. And that very well may be true, but that's what I'm saying. As, Harry Potter fans, they will probably like this movie. But for me, a lot of it just went straight over my head, and I feel like that's a bad choice. I think that's a negative on the movie's part, for not making this movie accessible for the audience. And I think that's a real shame because, like I say, I actually enjoyed the first Fantastic Beasts movie, but this one I cannot get behind. I thought it was dreadful. So did you guys see Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald? Make sure you tell me all your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. And as always, guys, if you want to see more movie reviews from me, be sure to subscribe. And I hope to see you guys again in my next video.